Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Triple M here with another quick video, and today we're taking a look at the Heybike Mars. This is an electric bicycle, guys, with pedal assist. As far as the highlights, 20-inch puncture resistant tires. It does have front adjustable suspension, 3-level pedal assist with a Shimano 7-speed gear selector, removable 48-volt lithium-ion battery, and cool thing about this battery, does give you a USB port where you can charge your devices. The motor is going to be a 500-watt brushless motor, and as far as the range, you can get up to 48 miles with pedal assist. And last but not least, this folds up for easy storage, easy transport. So in this video, we're going to quickly unbox it, go over some of the specs, the features, as well as do a test ride. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So before we get to the unboxing, shout out to Heybike for sponsoring this video. I should let you guys know that they do have an anniversary sale coming up, and this gives back to prospective customers as well as their current customers. So here's the breakdown of the sales. So the anniversary sale starts on May 5th, ends May 20th. For new customers, you can buy an e-bike, get an anniversary box for any 2 bike purchases, and the discount code is right there. I'll leave that in the description. If you're a current Heybike owner, from March 15th to March 18th, you can submit your best moments for a chance to win an anniversary box. Now, if you do receive one of these Heybike anniversary boxes, there's an additional price for that as well. All you need to do is post your anniversary box on social media, so Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. 20 people will be selected for a $50 gift card. So I'll leave a link where you guys can go ahead and check out the full details of this anniversary sale. So it comes in a pretty good sized box, and I believe the weight's about 80 pounds with everything in the box. So I definitely recommend getting some help if you have it available. For me, I was by myself, so had to make do what I had. So inside of the box, a lot of padding, good protection. The box was a little bit damaged, but nothing was damaged. I had a seat up top, I had a goodie box. And this box had the pedals, had some tools, and also had the charger for this. Now the charging brick, it's a pretty good size, and the connector to the actual battery, it looks like a XLR connection, but it's used to charge the battery. So cutting all the styrofoam off right now, pretty lengthy process. 2 major things that you have to install is the seat and actual handlebar. Now handlebar does have a slight triangular piece of metal. If you guys ever did any work on old bicycles, this was included. So all you have to do is line it up, make sure it's in the hole, and when you tighten it up, guys, it should expand to give you that nice fit. So after that, we installed the pedals, made sure everything was good to go, adjusted my seat properly, and that was basically it for the install. It took about 15 minutes. So here's the finished product, and just a quick walk around. Looks pretty good. Horn works, lights work, and everything went pretty smoothly. So last thing I have to do is just make sure the tires are properly inflated, and this bike is ready to ride. Now I do recommend doing a full charge, and I'll go ahead and let it charge, and then we'll get on the road and do our test ride. So now that we got it out of the box, let's go over some of the main features, specifications, and quirks. Now, the weight of the bike is 66 pounds with the battery inserted. The battery itself weighs in at 9.35 pounds. It is IPX4 rating, which means that it is splash proof but also sweat proof, so it will survive contact with human sweat and still be able to work properly. The foldable design is one of the biggest features of this bike, and I've played with this, and it's really a 2-step process, guys. You have a lever on the handlebar, you fold the handlebar forward. You also have a lever on the side, undo that lever, fold it that way. You can undo your kickstand, move the pedal sideways, and if you look underneath the bike, there's a bar to protect your actual gears from being damaged. So this process takes about a minute and a half. So once it's folded, the dimensions are 94 by 38 by 74 centimeters. So most of your SUVs, you should be able to fit this in the trunk. As far as the max payload, this can carry a person that weighs up to 330 pounds. And the recommended height for this bike is 5'3" to 6'3". Me, myself, I'm 6 feet tall, 220 pounds, so I'm right there in the middle. And I have no issues with it being able to handle my weight Now, one of the cool things about the Mars bike is that it also comes with a rear rack for your luggage. They do sell additional accessories. They do have a saddlebag, and also a basket that you can buy, but the rear rack is there. It can hold up to 100 pounds, and the size of the rack is 40.5 by 14.5 centimeters. This does come with a Shimano 7-speed gear. With 7-speed, you do have a lot of different options for adjusting your torque as well as your uphill climb, so very flexible there. The controls itself are really easy to use, guys. You have the gear lever itself, which you can see is clearly labeled. You also have the release below that, so you push that and it will go into the lower gear. The motor is in the rear wheel. This is a 500-watt motor, and the max speed that you can get is 20 miles per hour, guys. And for me, I've been testing it, and this seems about right without pedal assist, just hitting the accelerator, which is the lever right there on the handlebar. I see myself getting up to 20-21 miles per hour. Now, the Mars bike does have adjustable front suspension, and this is a two-way adjustable. On the right of the fork, you have a lever, and that locks the suspension. So if you don't want the suspension to be active, you can go ahead and lock it in and won't move up and down. And if you want it to be active, just take it off, and you can see it does dampen when you go over a hump. Now, on the left side, you do have the tensioner, so this will adjust the softness of the suspension. Now, even though the bike does not have a rear suspension, the seat itself does have suspension or springs. That makes your ride a little bit more comfortable. So the travel is about 3 inches or so. It does help, and I do feel it when I go over humps. So better having that than not having anything at all, and it does help with the ride quality. So as far as the lighting, you do have headlights in the front, and you have your brake lights and running lights in the rear. And I think this is something they recently upgraded, guys. So how these work is the headlight, it does have a light button where you can go ahead and turn it on from the handlebars, and that will leave it on. As far as the rear, that will turn on the rear lights as well, but the rear also doubles up as brake lights. So whichever lever you push, as far as your brake lever, whether it's the front or the rear, it will illuminate the rear, just letting everyone know that you are preparing to stop. So I think it was cool that not only did they integrate it on the left, but also integrated the switch itself for the rear brake light on the right as well. Now, in addition to having your light button on the actual handlebars, you do have a horn button, and the horn works. It's not extremely loud, but it will get the job done. So here's what it sounds like. So pretty cool that they did include a horn with this bike. So let's go ahead and we'll talk about the batteries. So the battery is going to be a 48 volt, 12.5 amp per hour lithium battery, and this has a lot of cool features. One of my favorite is that it does have a built-in USB port, which means that if you have a phone or you have any other device, maybe a GPS, you can go ahead and power it directly from the battery. The battery is also removable, and I think this is another cool feature of this bike is that if you don't have the space inside the charger, you can always pull the battery out, bring it inside the charger, and the bike can remain in place. So removing the battery is pretty straightforward. There is a locking system on the battery, so if you turn to the right, it's the on position, turn 1 is going to be off, and turn it back again, it's going to be unlocked, and that's when you should be able to remove the battery. Instead of having to take your seat all the way off, there's a button on your seat that will actually tilt the seat forward. That way you can slide the battery in and out without having to remove your seat. Now, as I mentioned before, the battery weight is 9.5 pounds. The charge time is 6 to 7 hours to get from 0 to 100%, and the range of the battery is 48 miles, and this is with pedal assist. Without pedal assist, you are looking at about 37 miles. Now, the Heybike Mars does have disc brakes on the front and the back, and they're adequate. They work well, in my opinion. The wheels that they're paired with is 220 by 4 inch puncture resistant fat tires, and these are extremely comfortable, and they do provide a smooth ride, and they're rugged enough where you can take it off-road and it will still be comfortable. So also need to mention on the handlebar, not only do you have your 2 brakes, you also have a nice set of grips which are adjustable where you can go ahead and move them up and down depending on your riding preference. The handlebar itself is adjustable as well, guys. You can undo the front and tilt it to how you want it. So I think that's another cool addition just to get it as comfortable as possible. Now over to the multifunction function display. Now this has a lot of cool features, guys. A built-in display that provides your speed, your mileage, your power, as well as some additional information. So it will give you your battery capacity, your odometer reading. This tells you how many miles you're riding. It also gives you your current speed, as well as display the motor power output in real time. So a lot of cool features on here. This is where you also go in to select your pedal assist level. There are 3 basic levels of pedal assist. When it's in 0, pedal assist will be deactivated. When it's in 1, you get a different speed. 2, a little bit faster, and 3 gets it to your max speed, which is up to 20 miles per hour. Now, in addition, this LCD does light up, so all you need to do is hold the button and it will light up if you're doing night riding. So a lot of cool features in here. You can see it's easy to use, easy to navigate, and as far as the speed reading, I found that it was pretty accurate. With all that said and done, 2 questions. How does it ride and is it fun? Guys, I've had a blast with this. I've taken it to run errands, taken it off-road, just taking it around the neighborhood. This thing is extremely fun and pretty smooth. The battery life as well as your speed is going to really depend on how you ride as well as your current weight. So of course, if you're going uphill, it is going to take a little bit longer to get to that speed. It is going to use more battery if you're a little bit heavier. So keep that in mind that these numbers are going to move around. But for the most part, for my weight being pretty average, maybe a little bit above average, I will see my range about 30 to 35 miles. As far as the speed, I did get up to that 20 miles per hour. I even got a little bit over, especially when you're going downhill. So that seems about true as well. So if someone was 100 pounds, 150, this should propel them to that speed that's advertised. Love the LCD display. I love the information that it gives, your mileage, your range, your current speed, and I love the fact that it does have a backlight integrated into the screen itself. So just to wrap this up, would I recommend this bike? Yes, I would, if it's in your budget. So as far as the price, looking at $10.99 give or take with discounts. I'll definitely be putting any discounts that's available in the link in the description. It might sound high, but if you're in the market for an e-bike, decent e-bike, this is about what they're going to run. Also, Heybike also has a lot of different variations. They have the Cityscape, they also have the Heybike Explorer, so they have some other options, and it really all depends what you're looking for. So shout out to Heybike for sponsoring this video. Also, if you're going to purchase one, use the links in the description. Also, there will be some coupons. They have their anniversary sale coming up, so definitely take advantage of that. If you guys have any questions about this bike, drop it in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.